All right, so I've used this since the rebuild for probably 2.5, 3 hours, and I wanted to do a once over and just kind of go over things. I'm going to change the oil, put a new oil filter in it, and I want to run a compression test because I'm curious, since the fresh rebuild was 120 pounds, I want to see how much that's gone up since using it. All right, we pulled the two plugs out. These were a little bit used when I put them in, but seems to be all right. Not black soot all over it or anything like that, so definitely don't see any clear indications of burning oil anymore, which is good. It might still burn a little bit until those rings do break in completely, which they probably are by now. So let's go ahead and hook up this compression tester and see if we got any better. It was about 118 or so right after putting the rings in and putting the cross hatches in the cylinders. So I would anticipate that it's at least 120. Hopefully it's up, like I said, probably about 10%, maybe 15%. We'll see. Let's give it a shot. All right, throttle open. You want it as much air to get in the cylinder as you can, and let's see what we got. Yeah, so we're a little bit over 120. It is maybe a pound or two more. As long as we're not less, that's a good sign. Let's try this cylinder. This was the worst of the two. Come on. Yeah, right at 120. All right, well, I don't know how long it takes to break in rings completely. Like I said, I got about 2 hours of running time. Start kind of mixed throttle, a little bit of low idling time, and I had some time, obviously, with it full throttle, running it, sucking up leaves and whatnot. So that's just an update on what to expect there. I'm going to change out that oil filter, like I said, put some fresh oil in, and probably go a good 500 hours and then do another oil change, and then I'll be on a regular oil change schedule from there on in. So, oh, there's a another thing we can look at. Let's see if we've used any oil in that time. God, in 2.5 hours, I would have probably went through about a quart the way it used to be. Looking pretty clean. Yeah, I'm gonna change it anyways, just because I did put new oil in it, but it was kind of a mix of a couple of different weights. I had a little 5W40, some 1030, and I think some 1040 or whatever. It's kind of a mix of different oils, and I did put the old oil filter back on it, so I don't want to run it too long with that. We're going to put a fresh oil filter and fresh oil in it and run it from there, and then I'll get a good indication of if it's burning oil anymore. But yeah, just want to do an update on that. Back down at the shop, I had an issue with the one of the backpack blowers today. My throttle's messed up. I got to figure out what happened. I think it got disconnected inside the trigger. So, but I figured let me bring the walker down, give it a once over after the engine rebuild, and see if I see any leaks or anything like that. Everything looks pretty dry. I don't see any issues. So good to go on that aspect. And I was hoping actually for a little, not that 120 is bad compression. I was hoping that you know, maybe it did go up a little bit, but hey, if the rings were already a pretty close seat from just doing the cylinder hone, maybe they didn't have to break in that much. Maybe they're actually pretty tight. So maybe that's a good thing that it hasn't changed. All right, guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.